everybody, welcome back to my channel, Made with Love. My name is Heather, and earlier today I was cleaning out my fridge and my freezer, and I had a bunch of bananas. So they've been on my counter defrosting. So I'm just going to show how easy it is to make banana bread with frozen bananas. So first step is just peel the bananas. Sometimes people like to freeze bananas already peeled. I actually prefer to freeze mine already peeled, but once in a while you end up with a bunch of bananas that are ready to turn and you just don't have the time to, let me break that apart. You just don't have the time right at that moment to peel and mash a whole bunch of bananas, so I just throw them in my freezer and they work just as good. They just have a little bit more of a prep work because now you've got frozen bananas, now you've got to peel frozen bananas. Like this. And you can see the coloring of the bananas. Being frozen doesn't change much of the color. Any spots that are brown are where it's the sugar in the bananas that turns it brown. So as the bananas, break down into more of that sugar, they start to turn brown. The only other thing is frozen bananas means my hands are now going to freeze. But that's all there is to it. It's just peeling the bananas. I've got just 2 more to do. And I get these done, and then I'm just going to leave them here on the counter for another little while until I'm actually ready to make the banana bread. I'm not quite ready to do that yet, but I just wanted to get the bananas peeled because as they defrost, they're going to become harder to deal with because they'll become more liquidy, and I find it harder the more defrosted the bananas are. It's the peel that really deteriorates and it makes it very hard to peel. And then the banana becomes more soft and slushy. I guess, I don't know the right word, but a little more soggy, a little harder to do this. I like to, within say 20 minutes or so of bringing the bananas out of the freezer, I like to get them peeled and in the bowl. And I'm just gonna grab a fork or a potato masher or something and just mash it down. So when these are more at a room temperature thing, same with I'll be bringing out my eggs because I need my eggs at room temperature as well. So when I've got my eggs and bananas at room temperature, then I'll be back to make a quick banana bread. All right, so I've got my bananas. They've been sitting out here at room temperature, and same with my eggs. So I'm gonna make a really quick, easy, it's a 4-ingredient banana bread. So I've got my bananas, and to the bananas I'm gonna add in my eggs. So it's 4 bananas. I think there's 5, maybe 6 bananas. That's okay. I like to always add an extra 1 or 2 bananas. I'm just still using just the masher here and just mix this in. So I got my eggs and bananas mixed together. Set this aside. I said this is just basic, really easy 4 ingredients. The next thing, I cannot open this jar. I'll be back. I just got to get my jar opener. Okay, I have trouble opening jars sometimes, so I'm just gonna see if this will work. There we go. Just take this out. I do find this really helps to save my brown sugar. One of those little things I bought. It's supposed to help keep your brown sugar from getting too hard. But even still with these, I still occasionally find my brown sugar does get a bit hard. So I do recommend those. So I need 3/4 of a cup of packed brown sugar. So I'm just scooping it in here and I'm just packing it down. little more in. I did pack down that last scoop of it. Sometimes it's just a pain to pack down the last little bit when you've almost got it ready. And then to the brown sugar, I'll be adding 1.5 cups of self-rising flour. Just realized that I don't want to get sugar in my flour. Now, when doing flour, you want it to be level and sifted. Now, I generally sift my flour, and I realized I left my sifter over in the other drawer. Just running around to grab it. I do my best to make sure I have everything ready when I'm baking, but sometimes you'll forget something. Okay, so 1 cup of flour and then 1/2 cup of flour as well. Sift my flour into my sugar. So we've got 1.5 cups of self-rising flour and 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar. And now I'm going to add my eggs and banana. You don't want to over mix, but you do want to incorporate everything evenly. So the best way to do that is not to stir, but to do the folding over blending. Just want to make sure, especially in the center at the bottom of the bowl, everything is mixed well. My oven is already preheated to 350 degrees, so that is ready. I'm just going to grab my baking pan here, and I'm just going to spray it with some just basic cooking spray. Pour this in here. Just a few lumps at the top. I'm just gonna mix them in a little bit like that. So I'll put this in the oven. It takes about 50 to 55 minutes to bake. So I'll be back when I bring this out of the oven. Right, so my timer just went off. So my cake has been in here, or the banana bread has been in here for about 50 minutes. So I'm just going to test it with my little cake tester. And it is done. I mean, it's banana bread. I get a little bit of that. It's gonna, it's not soggy, like dripping, whatever, but banana bread, I always find I do get a little bit of the sticky residue from the bananas, so that looks pretty good to me. So I'm gonna take it out and let it cool for about 10 minutes, and then I'll be back and I will slice it and show you what it looks like. All right, so the banana bread's had some time to cool. So now I'm going to flip it over onto the wire rack. And it should come out. It's supposed to. What happened? Sometimes it's just, somewhere it's just slightly stuck. Okay. Just gonna grab this little knife and just kind of run along the edge. Again. Oh, there we go. It's out. Just took a little longer. You know, there we go. So there is the banana bread. I'm just going to grab a different knife because that knife's not going to be able to cut through. Where is the? I do have a bread knife. Oh, here it is. I do, like I said, I do have a bread knife over here. Just gonna kind of hard to slice onto the wire rack, but that's okay. There we go. So that is what it looks like inside. It looks like good, moist banana bread. It's really good. I do like it with a little bit of butter on it, so that's one thing I'll have to do is put butter on my slice. But there we go. It's 4 ingredient easy banana bread. Just 4 or 5 bananas, 2 eggs, 3/4 cup of packed brown sugar, and 1.5 cups of self-rising flour. So there you go. Banana bread's made. So again, just thank you so much to everybody who's subscribing to my channels and watching my videos, and I'll see you in the next ones. Bye.